Well, immigration will likely become a huge topic of discussion during the presidential campaign next year. Joining us now is Jose Antonio Vargas. He has found a website called Define American. He spent all of his life and still now as an undocumented immigrant. He has worked. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning writer for the New York Times, and now he is on a new mission. We are so glad to have you here this morning.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Well, how did you go through your entire life not being documented?
You know, actually, I came here from the Philippines when I was 12. My mother sent me to live with her parents in California.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out until I was 16 that I was undocumented when I went to the DMV and showed the woman my green card to get a driver's permit. She looked at it and she said, "This is fake.
Yeah.
Don't come back here again." And in many ways, I'm actually just one of, thousands of a lot of undocumented kids who are in that same spot, who did not know that they're undocumented until they were in school.
When you didn't reveal that until much later, and in an article that you wrote for the New York Times about the beginning until now. So why did you decide to come forward with that?
Well, you can't really solve a problem until you tell the truth about it. I mean, I think in many ways this is what politicians have been really grasping with, right? I mean, even in this very state, like, we haven't really told the truth about the immigration problem in this country. And one contribution that I did was to basically write the truth as I lived it, as I am living it, as millions of other undocumented Americans are living it. So that's why I decided to publish this 4,000-word piece in the New York Times.
Do you live in fear every day that you'll be arrested as the laws get more stringent, focused on immigration?
Yes, but again, this is something that I've been living with since I found out when I was 16, and here in Austin, I'm sure there are tons of kids in middle school and high school who are undocumented, who are sitting there in their classrooms going, what am I going to do with my career? And this is not just the kids who, I mean, to me, what's interesting about Texas is this state is really kind of at the center of the whole immigration debate. The laws that have been introduced, the laws that are getting passed and not getting passed, I mean, it kind of addresses the complexity of the issue. This is not a simple issue. And
it's not a one-size-fits-all either.
It's not one-size-fits-all either. I mean, a lot of people, I'm Filipino. I mean, for a lot of these immigration laws, they're purely anti-Latino laws, not even anti-immigrant, anti-Latino laws. And I think people need to realize that undocumented immigrants come in all shapes and sizes. We're not just people who want to babysit your kids or mow your lawns. You know, I graduated and I benefited from public schools. I've been paying taxes since I was 18 years old. I've been contributing to this society. I've been a journalist for 12 years for the Washington Post, for the Huffington Post, written for the New Yorker. And it's important, for me at least, this is what the organization that we founded, Define American, is about, is really about elevating and reframing how we talk about this issue. And also kind of the consequences. I mean, what's interesting to me here in Texas is, the sanctuaries bill law that almost got passed, ended up being opposed by the two largest businessmen of the state, who were Republicans, who said, you can't pass this law, it's going to affect our business, it's going to affect the economy. So undocumented immigrants, unlike what people think, are not necessarily taking people's jobs. We're actually adding to the economy. We're not taking a slice of the pie, we're actually making the pie bigger. And so I think that's something that we really need to realize and talk about.
Well, you can talk about it. Get more information at his website, defineamerican.com. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Quick question, yes or no? Are you going to become legal?
I don't know. I have no idea, but we'll see.
Excellent. Well, thank you.